Hi, good afternoon. Hi to Kathy and everyone who's here on YouTube. And let's get started. Okay. Let's start with a chalice lighting. I'm going to share my screen. If you have a chalice or a candle nearby that you could light, you can go ahead and light it now. If not, you can just let this light on the screen be light enough for you. And today's chalice lighting words are by the poet Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. They may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing. Invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Let's take a deep breath and begin today. And I am grateful to Rumi for setting the tone. Today, we are thinking about lament. So let's take a deep breath. I invite you to settle into your seat. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Let your body find comfort and ease and support. Maybe let your eyes fall closed. Despite what we've been told today, we remember it is okay to not be okay. Lament is not a sin. And I am grateful for the season of Lent as a reminder to us that lament is not a sin. Failing to find purpose or positivity in our pain is not actually a failure. We are allowed to yell at God, at the cosmos, at the spirit of life. Psalms are full of rants at God. Jesus yelled at God before he was executed. Lament is the one thing we can do when we've given up the notion that we can do everything, control anything. Lament, the shaking of our fist at the universe, is a deep acknowledgement that we are not the boss of this place, and that makes room for grace. The declaration of pain and its unfairness absolves us of control. This is the gift of lament. It lets us let go of being able to fix everything. And we know in our hearts, we know from scientists, naming our sorrows when we are in the middle of them helps us to heal. It helps us to not carry that sorrow with us forever. The beginning of healing while we are still in pain, in sorrow, is simply to lament, to acknowledge that it is happening, that it is real. To notice how we are affected. Let's take just a few minutes as we breathe here to unbox whatever we have boxed up, to take a glance at what is hard to look at, to name those house guests, as Rumi called them, that we'd usually rather leave unmentioned. Sickness, fear, anger, exhaustion, loneliness, grief, despair. Do any of these lurk boxed up tidily inside of you? Where do you notice them today? Take a deep breath. Close your eyes and notice. What do they feel like? And where in your body are they living? A tightness in the throat, a twitch in the belly, a heavy weight on the shoulders, a strain in the brow. Inhale and just notice. Just notice and call them by name. Exhale that you don't have to fix them or remove them or turn these sorrows into something wonderful. Just to breathe, to notice, and to name is enough. Let's take a few breaths together in silence, knowing the longer we leave things boxed up, the harder they become to unpack. Let's take another breath together at the same time. And exhale it with a sigh. We move into some music by our very own Bill Mills. As we close, I offer you this poem. Grief is a wild animal. She stalks you in your own home. Relentless, she lurks, crouching in the corner behind the green sofa you bought together after bickering all afternoon over cushion density and fabric texture and frugality. There she waits, haunches tensed and the coarse hairs of her neck raised in menace, ready to pounce the moment you forget she's here. Grief is a wild animal who will catch your scent and trail you like a shadow, even as you stand there at the kitchen sink. The only way to survive her is to learn to live with her. Move slowly, be wary of her soft footsteps whispering at your heels. Let her approach, gently sniff at your feet, your hand, your broken heart. Hold your breath and listen for her soft purr at your side. Give her a name and speak it softly in the night. Pat the quilts on the bed and wait for her warm body to encircle yours. As we extinguish our chalice today, I invite you to return next week, same time, 12:30. We'll stop for a brief centering in the middle of our day. And next week, we will focus on the idea of temptation, which is a pretty central theme in the season of Lent, but maybe not in the way that we usually think of it. So thank you all for being here today. Thank yourselves for giving this time to center yourself as a gift. And I hope to see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.